staffs, the importance of the branch ensuring safety for the staff, members, the public, et cetera, has been discussed. So I think the issues are being discussed appropriately. It's $1 million question, isn't it? And I think Senator Olson, you said we can never know, right? We can never know. We can't, we only know what we know. And what we know, at least at the time I issued the June 25th memo, is articulated in that memo. And certainly there has been subsequent information. Chair Przanski also referred to what I think has been quoted as a double down statement in the press. This isn't thinly veiled. This is a real threat. So, I think the committee has articulated what the facts are. My only response would be, and then I will answer your question, is I think it's where I sit, I take a step back. And I'm not so focused on, was this a direct communication in the middle of a debate on the Senate floor between Senator Boquist and President Courtney? The way that I need to look at this in advising the branch, and that the law looks at it, is the effect on the recipients. It's not just what was the intent behind Senator Boquist's statement, how did that affect President Courtney, or how did that affect the Oregon State Police? And that's part of why I did not conduct the interview at the time, because given the urgency, what I believe to be the urgency of the situation, the fact we were not dealing with disputed statements, and the fact that the way the law looks at this is not just the effect on the recipient of the statement or the inappropriate conduct, but on those who are also subjected to that in the workplace. So that is I just want to make that clear for the record too, because I think some of the comments have been struggling with how do we have a finding without an interview or knowing the full reports, and I understand that, but I hope that helps explain where I was coming from. I don't believe I had access to the senator, and even if I did, I think I would issue the same recommendation given what I believe to be an urgency of the timing, given the nature of the threat. So the question is this enough? If you all are comfortable that these steps, this is the question I think you need to ask yourselves and that I don't think I can answer for you. Is this sufficient to ensure that the branch has taken prompt, remedial, effective steps to ensure that during the pendency of the investigation that we are doing what we can to ensure that employees, members, lobbyists, people of the public, anyone who's involved in this in any way as a reporter, as a formal complainant, as a witness, is not going to be subjected to ongoing or additional threats of violence, actual violence, intimidation, or hostile work environment. That is the legal obligation on the branch. I think this is much better than not doing anything. I still feel a little bit differently about the passage of time. I would look at this more as if, I agree, and that is a factor, that we have gone a couple weeks, these have not been acted upon, we are not in active session, that these are factors to consider, but I also don't know that if we're looking at it from the affected employees, particularly the employees' perspective, that passage of time has really changed their level of concern. I am very pleased to see the piece about the non-retaliation, because from a risk perspective to the branch, that is one of the biggest risks. That through the pendency of the investigation, that there could be conduct or comments, and these could be in person, they could be via email, via social media, to the media, that would put the branch at risk, that additional comments or conduct from Senator Boquist or others directed towards participants in the process could further exacerbate the situation. So I'm very pleased to see that statement in there about the non-retaliation. I think that should be taken very, very seriously from, one, it's the right thing to do, but two, from a risk perspective to the branch. That is something you want to keep control over.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I may.